What's going on? It's WillMyCraven. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section. It'll be gladly appreciated. There's a link at the bottom that allow you to donate if you're willing to want to donate. Glad to be appreciated. I'm gonna jump right into this accountability. I spoke on this on social media, and then I ended up having a conversation with my guy. Accountability is for leadership. And we're doing a lot there's a lot of talking going on the internet in regards to females not being accountable. And quite frankly, I expect females not to be accountable because they're not in leadership. And leadership there's a requirement for the leadership to be accountable. I've said time and time again that marriage is like a business, and it should be something that is taught like business, because there's a lot of things that go on that it's just coinciding with each other. And in business, when there's an issue going on, the customer doesn't want to speak with the employee. The first thing they ask for is someone in leadership, someone in management, either the owner or whatever. They don't want to deal with the person who is the help currently. They want to deal with someone who is in leadership. Why? Because leadership has to be accountable for the business. They want someone who's going to be accountable for whatever it is a mishap that transpired. Then when management does do the necessary things, what does good management do? They then turn around and have a conversation with the employee, who is the help to run the business, help things transition and run along quite well, quite smoothly. This is what's supposed to transpire. So when females have instances where they're not being accountable, as the man who is the leader, it is your job to help them see and understand why there's an issue there. Now, you'll get females out here who didn't get that first line of defense of teaching them accountability, which would be their father or whatever male figure that's supposed to be standing in to be that role. So they're not getting that first form of accountability. So this is why there's a fight. It's like certain individuals who are stopping at a job and they're only there for the paycheck. They're like, look, I'd quit this job tomorrow if I wanted to. They don't care about it. This is how some females operate as well, because they're not there to advance the business. So no matter what's transpiring, they're just there selfishly. You got to be able to identify that. So therefore, when you identify it, don't even waste your time on a female who's not going to be accountable, regardless of what you say. Now, I like to look at it as a stray dog. What happens with a stray dog? Well, a stray dog is running all loose throughout the neighborhood or whatever it is, and they're doing whatever it is to survive. That kind of coincides with, females say they're in survival mode and they want the man to take them out of survival mode. That means that they want to come in from being the stray and adhere to teaching, being trained. You can't expect a stray dog to go from being a stray dog to a house dog, and then it automatically like, oh, okay, what you supposed to do house rules? Why did you pee on the floor? Dog, what are you doing? You don't do that in the house. You do that outside. Dog has to be trained to do that. Now, of course, there's gonna be some guys where you don't take a dog out from the street. That's true. But some dogs who are stray dogs got actually a collar on, so they might have forgot how to act in the house. That's a different story. But 9 times out of 10, you ain't taking a dog you can tell that's been out in heat. That dog gonna be a problem, no matter what you do. But what I'm saying, stray dog that went from being a house pet to a stray dog, you can steer them back in and reel them back in. But the reality is that accountability is for leadership, and you have to teach it. And if you're not in position to teach, which I always say, true masculinity is teaching You have to be able to teach this thing. And if you don't have nothing to teach, you're going to have a hard time. And it's apparent as to why females operate the way they do. They're stated the ones to be the most enrolled. Females will enroll because it's teaching. They want to be taught. Help wants to learn something to be an assistance. So you have to teach them in such a way for where they are to be accountable. They understand, all right, cool. You said that wasn't cool. All right, I won't do that. We don't want to get that reaction again. Because if we get that reaction again, the whole business is going to suffer. That's how it go, man. It has to be that way. For everything to line up and to create balance. They need us, we need them. And it becomes apparent when you create a child. Accountability sets in by the man first. He's that first line of accountability. Leadership. Without good leadership, the people will not be accountable. They're going to run amok. Do whatever it is that they want to do, like children. Children have to learn how to submit. The same thing with a woman. She has to learn how to submit, and she has to see that it's something worth submitting to. What do you have? If you're not accountable enough to with your own self, you're not going to be able to withstand or sustain that relationship. Now, a lot of females, they're quitting relationships because accountability. Can you translate accountability to a woman? It all goes back down to business again. How are you conducting your business? You say, oh, well, he did such and such and such. He did this, this, and this. All right, cool. Are you having team meeting? You know, that's the thing we see. Certain businesses, they have team meeting every morning. Are you having a team meeting every morning? Every year? Are you going over the relationship quarterly numbers? What numbers did you hit in your relationship during that quarter? Oh, okay, well, we did this good. Are you evaluating? This is stuff that people are saying. Your relationship should be having evaluation periods. Accountability cannot take place if you're not having accountability moments. You're not having evaluation periods. That's what I meant to say. Not accountability moments, but evaluation periods. Are you having evaluation periods? If you're not having evaluation periods, you're going to have some issues, man. You're not going to have as much accountability as you want to have. And as a guy, if you're doing all the work and you're going to work, busting your butt, you still got to sit down. You still got to sit down and make sure them numbers is right. You still got to sit down, meaning you're making sure that relationship is right. Going over stuff. You're not doing that, you're going to have a problem. Count up the costs. You got to count up the costs. And if you're not counting up the costs, you may have some issues there. But with that being said, it's WillMyCraven. Accountability starts with leadership. And you have to understand that she's probably not going to be accountable unless you teach her or her father already taught her. If she's already been taught accountability, great. That's good for you. You're already one up. If not, 9 times out of 10 in this day and age, a lot of these females are not accountable because they didn't have that first line of defense where their father was capable of teaching them accountability. And there's no excuse for whatever saying, oh, the woman I had, she didn't want to be accountable and that's why I wasn't in my child's life. No, you quit. You quit. It's one thing for her to run off and run away with the children, but it's another thing for you just not to show up and you leave. You did a bad job in the beginning. You didn't evaluate in the beginning. You got to be accountable for that. Leadership. You have to be accountable for that. That falls on you. That doesn't fall on her. Again, you're expecting a stray dog to act like a house dog. Don't work. You're expecting a child to act like a grown adult. Women, I don't even care if they are grown, they're going to still act like a child. They're going to still want to be treated like a child. They still got child mentality. They want to be taken care of. They want to be protected, just like a child. My daddy going to do so-and-so to you. That's what a child does. So, with that being said, man, be accountable, man. Stop expecting these females to be accountable. They'll be accountable when you teach them how to be. Teach. Walk in true masculinity. That's teaching. That's where your power is. And a lot of you all guys are acquiescing your power to a female by letting them run off with your children. Your children will teach you what your true masculinity is, and you'll be them figured out her. Your children and your woman coincide with each other, and they teach you how to lead. They teach you how to walk in your true masculine, which is teaching. You see how many times I done said teaching? Handle your business. Man up. And with that being said, it's WillMyCraven. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Leave a comment. And with that, I'm out.